evening, Salih will try to bring awareness to type of a bullying most of us are going through without realizing. Now may I call up on the stage Salih Jamaludin, the imposter syndrome. Salih, the imposter syndrome.
You got an A in a test, or you got accepted into a university that you like, or for those older, you got promoted at work. And when people ask you how you did it, how you get a promotion, how you get an A, you just say, I got lucky. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests.
Good evening.
Have you ever felt that the A that you get for a test was because of a bell curve?
Yeah.
Have you ever felt like you don't belong in where you are right now? Not because you don't feel like you don't fit in, but because you feel like you don't deserve it. And have that throughout all of your life, all of your accomplishments, you felt was just lucky. And that someday someone will call you out as the man that you think you are. A man who doesn't work hard, who doesn't deserve to be where he is right now. Now that mentality is called the imposter syndrome. The imposter syndrome is essentially self-bullying, which is categorized by self-doubt and intense, persistent feeling of inadequacy despite achieving success. I have experienced this before, and I would be lying if I say that I don't feel it right now as well. Now, imposter syndrome is very, very dangerous, not because you don't feel you lack confidence or you lack self-esteem. Confidence and self-esteem is never an issue. You know your strength, you know your abilities, you know what you have, you know what you can bring to the table. Imposter syndrome is very, very dangerous because it bullies you and makes you feel like all those abilities, all those talents is just insignificant. And it's not worth it, it won't help you at all. And what helps you, that you think, is just pure luck or some other ambiguous force that is out of your control. There were times when I felt like I don't deserve to be at the job I am right now. There were times where I felt like I was hired not because I actually qualified, not because I actually aced the interview, but because I was just at the right place at the right time. There were times when throughout my 1 year of working that I felt like I was just faking it, that I felt I was just acting that I know what I do. It forces me to think that I'm so unqualified for a job that I have been doing for a whole year. I helped to build the system. I helped to build the policies that they have. I helped to build that organization from the ground up. But the imposter syndrome bullies me to the point that despite me having experience, despite me helping to create the system, every time I try to use it, I feel like I don't know what I do. I feel like I just acted like I know what I do. Imposter syndrome bullies me to the fact that every time a teacher or a parent or a student asks for some financial advice, the advice that's coming out of my mouth is just made up, that I just bluff my way through. Despite the fact that I actually know the policies, the rules and the regulations like the back of my own hand, because I helped to create it. And what's weird about it is, if you have this imposter syndrome, you will still continue to progress in life. You will have better grades, you will succeed more, you will also advance in a career, but you will never be happy. You will never be happy with what you have, because deep down, that imposter syndrome is bullying you and forcing you to convince you that all this time, you're just faking it. That you don't actually deserve what you're going through. And because of it, you think that people actually fell for your fraud. And because of that, you feel that all of your accomplishments were fake, that you don't deserve them at all. And because of it, you feel like you don't deserve it. All because a little bully inside of your own head managed to convince you that all of your blood, all of your sweat, and all of the tears that you have gone through all this time were just fake. But in fact, in actual reality, they were real. There are ways to try to fight this syndrome. And the most important of all is to just be constantly aware of its presence. By the fact that you're aware of its presence, you are preparing yourself to fight that little bully whenever he tries to come back. Here's a few advices from a fellow imposter like myself. Number one is to never give any excuse for all the good things that happen in your life. If you got that A, never say that it's because the lecturer was too lenient. You know you actually studied hard to get the A. If you win a competition, don't say that because of luck that you get to stand on the podium. Because you know you train hard every day to get to where you are right now. Second is to just trust the people around you. More importantly is to trust the people that put you where you are now. Be it the members that appoint you to be an exco, be it a lecturer that appoints you to become a PA, or be it the boss that hires you in the first place. Because they know what they're doing. They're not actually fooled by your fraud. They actually believe with their own professional judgment that you are capable of handling the responsibilities given to you. And third is to just believe in yourself. Have faith in what you have. Have faith in what you do, and have faith in what you know. Because you do, you have, and you know all these things because of your own experience, your abilities, and your own talents. You're not faking it. It's all true, and because of your own hard work. And finally, and the most important of all, is to know that this bully will never go away completely. Because once you think that you get rid of him completely, he will come back when you have your guard down. And he will attack you when you're most vulnerable. Just keep fighting it until it becomes something so insignificant that you are able to just brush it off whenever it comes. And there you go. That is the imposter syndrome. Gets a bit heavy. If you feel like you felt this way before, if you feel like you have gone through the same thing, I hope that my advices actually help you go along the way. And if you are ever in doubt, just remember that you deserve to be where you are right now. And you are good at what you do. And with that, back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.